and Atomic there, so no trickery from them to do any rotation. Yeah, great map awareness and mobility by Dignitas as they pick up the first 5-minute Dragon. Definitely the fastest of the LCS we've had so far.
That timing was really, really impressive by them, putting the pressure on at the right moments. And another thing that's a little bit odd in this game, despite the 2v1 matchups, I'm a Cutie Pie is crushing Heartbeat in minion kills. For whatever reason, Heartbeat just hasn't been able to keep up without really much harass coming out from Sin, and he may just be missing last hits up top.
Have to see the mid lane still pushing as well. Echo doing some good damage, or Echo getting good damage done to him by Skara. They're really pushing all the advantages they have right now. You can see Echo, she looks a little frustrated on his screen right there. You can see him scratching his head, getting back to lane with a little bit of a sigh there. These guys are definitely on the back foot quite early in the game. Dignitas is going to continue to push their lanes with ferocity here.
Rums was actually just making some cheeky plays in Claky D's jungle. He unsuccessfully couldn't get any of those wraiths. Yeah, I'm going to go with a cheeky play. I feel like we're a worldwide casting team at this point. I can do that, Riv. But with that invade, Crumbs actually, minion kill-wise, isn't that far ahead of Claky D despite the first blood.
See Patoy just trying to play mind games here, getting in the face of Mega Zero, making him think they're going to go for the attack, but Mega Zero getting as much farm in as he can, trying to 21-11. Both of those guys are being denied pretty well, actually, in the split lanes.
Mega Zero still sitting on that red elixir. I think that's one of the things that's kind of curbing Dignitas' aggression a little bit and actually allowing him to get to that 24 minion kills sitting around the tower. Mega Zero maxing his Q on Renekton, which is allowing him to pick up minion kills just kind of like that, not allowing the turret to take them all down and trying to just get them in chunks rather than one at a time.
We're still seeing Crumbs actually back into the base. It looks like he's going to be heading towards the bottom side of that jungle as he sees Claky D. So knowing Claky D is going to be roaming towards the top side now, they may try to get a gank finally onto Mega Zero, get that red pot out of his inventory there. He still has it saved, a good headbutt to keep the damage off, but Claky D still hovering around the area. Once again, has to help push back that lane.
And this is an unfortunate game for Claky D. He really plays junglers that have a lot of early gank pressure, and that's how he plays when he wants to do well. But because he got counter ganked and lost his double buffs so early in the game, he's really just been put off kilter. There's a word for that I'm missing. He's just off his game right now.
Put on tilt.
Put on tilt. He's not on tilt though. He's just struggling. He's struggling a little bit.
Little struggle. Crumbs heading into the jungle. Looks like they could try to steal this one away here. They do have good aggression. They do have good map coverage, and they just throw a pink ward down to make sure they're not being covered. Skara going to back on a ward.
8 minutes in now. Both of the 2v1 lanes killed the turrets at the exact same time, which is actually somewhat rare. Usually you see a little bit of trading between who can keep their turret up for longest, but now the 2v1 lanes have cleared it, and it's a matter of where they go next. Heartbeat and Atomic are going bottom to free farm, and I'm a Cutie Pie and Patoy look to be going to the lane without a turret as well, so this seems like just an absolute reswap of the 2v1 lanes.
And we can actually see a switch up in the buys here. The Madrid's for Lee Sin, and the Stone coming out for Vi. Now the Stone got a little bit of cheaper.
Oh,
Claky is getting caught here, having some more trouble, trying to get those items in from invading, but it looks like he may go down here. Mega Zero's going to be forced to help. Good ultimate coming in from Cutie Pie as they go in. Kiwi Kid trying to get the chase down the flip, maybe up in time here. They're going to have to dive this one under the turret if they really want it. Kiwi Kid actually quite tanky already. They could have the damage as Mega Zero throws down the ultimate. Another kill for Cutie Pie.
I don't know if it would have mattered, but Mega Zero was sitting on that red elixir the entire time. That was mainly Claky D going where he wasn't allowed to go. He was not far enough ahead to get that advantage. He did just have the Spirit Stone, so no immediate battle stats from that thing. Straight retreat, and they should have known that I'm a Cutie Pie and Patoy were on the way, so that was just another capitalization of Dignitas on a really small opportunity.
They grab that turret, they open up their map vision as well, and it looks like they have a pretty strong push going in here. Cutie Pie and Patoy showing no signs of backing up, and once again we find Claky D and Mega Zero trying to hold the turret together.
Claky D does have his ultimate up, but look at the dive!
Going in completely 100-0. Crumbs doing a good bit of damage there with Cutie Pie on the outside. Low mana bars here, health Jap, but they're low mana bars where they're going to stay in.
And they're just going to look to push down this turret, maybe dive Mega Zero again. There's a stack of about 4 minions here. Not entirely sure what their plan is, but they're really just looking for damage.
Heartbeat, and bottom Heartbeat Kiwi just back and forth. Heartbeat thought he could fight this, but he's completely out of mana. He does not have enough for the slow yet. He's just trying to walk it out. He's forced to flash. Kiwi Kid cannot follow.
So barely made it to that wall to be able to flash away. I didn't know when I first saw that if his flash was up or not. So Kiwi Kid getting some of his farm back. He was pretty heavily denied in that 2v1. At one point, Mega Zero had 24 and Kiwi Kid had 11 minion kills, but because he's been left free for a little bit, kind of because he built the home guard boots as well, he's been able to rush back to the free lanes. He's going to look to farm a lot more and really become that giant Singed.
A big gold lead for 11 minutes into the game here. Just about 4,000 for Dignitas as they are ahead 2-1 in turrets as well and really controlling the game. They haven't made any mistakes for MRN to get back in here. So it's really up to MRN to find their way in to get themselves back on top.
Every role for Dignitas is in a lead right now.
Yeah.
Kiwi Kid's got a 500 gold edge on Mega Zero, and I think the biggest disparity is actually in I'm a Cutie Pie versus Heartbeat, because the Bloodthirster, just looking at items, versus just Azeel and Berserker's Greaves is an immense amount of power. Because Dignitas had the timing on that super early dragon, it looks like they're going to force again.
And they have the ward coverage. They've taken out 2. It looks like Patoy is just going to be able to fend off on the outside here. They can't even get in.
MRN wants to fight this because they know they're already really far behind, but it's an extremely dangerous battle for them. They could lose the game here.
Well, Echo tries to split the team. They start going for Scar in mid. They aren't going to get the dragon. That goes to Crumbs, and they dive in. Cutie Pie in the middle. A great intervention. Mega Zero can't find the damage. Another double kill for Cutie Pie coming in. Could find a triple kill on Atomic here. He is going to get in. They push him into their own jungle.
They're going to keep chasing here. Echo might be able to get away from Crumbs, but that fight has been a disaster so far, and they're going to continue going, maybe.
Crumbs with great Qs all game and the reinitiations, but they don't choose to go fully on that one, chat. They have so much pressure all over the map, though. They can just calmly back off of this one.
You could tell that was a bit of a desperation play by MRN. Dignitas really forcing the pressure well, which is in contrast to the games we saw last week where they were kind of getting bullied around by the bigger teams going on. But this game early with MRN, the 6-0 score on I'm a Cutie Pie, the forcing of objectives, the tower diving and the tower pushing, everything has really come together in these first 12.5 minutes.
It's crazy, Jat. They're coming out of these fights as well, even after that extended dragon fight we just saw, with the ability to still do turret damage. So MRN always on their heels after these engagements, trying to go in for another attack, but just such good disengagement there.
Troy playing the protection Alistair. He's like an offensive lineman. Someone's coming and you're just, nope, screw you. You bash him away. Someone else comes through, nope, knock him up in the air. Continually keeping Echoes, or Clicky D and Mega Zero's dive at bay. And this pressure is just going to continue, Riv. Kiwi Kid ran all the way back to the top lane. Everyone else coming up mid lane.
And that is what we really haven't seen from a Singed in a while, is a damn good split push. He's going to be up there right now trying to keep pressure on a Mega Zero. Mega Zero's teleport is down, so whatever Dignitas forces here could always be in favor of Dignitas. Because they can already win that 4v4, they can just engage whenever they want.
Crumbs tried for the sneaky steal on blue buff as well, but wasn't quite able to get it off. Needless to say, though, Heartbeat is trying to catch up in farm in that bottom lane. He has, fortunately for MRN, picked up the 2 kills, and the invade continues. Dignitas really looking to pressure objectives still.
Kiwi Kid throwing his ult down here. Mega Zero's going to try to get in and deter the take of this red. They're just trying to get something back for themselves here. They're absolutely being denied everything right now. Kiwi Kid still just pressuring, gets done there. They throw Mega Zero into the fight. And you can just see how much trouble Kiwi Kid alone is causing the team. He will not go down. A beautiful intervention there. They've wasted quite a bit on him. And here comes the engagement from Dignitas. Very nice stun from Echo. It's going to cause them to follow up on the top side. Mega Zero wants to come in from the back here. They flash to shut down Heartbeat. They know if this game goes late, they're not going to be able to hold off the Kog'Maw, so they take him out now.
Legendary I'm a Cutie Pie right there. The ultimate from Scar really keyed that off. Kiwi Kid's been the one forcing things and kind of baiting MRN into doing damage to Sin. She's not doing much right now. He just has the Tear of the Goddess and a Ninja Tabi with Home Guard boots, so he's not necessarily...
Initiation onto Echo. They find Mega Zero there. A little bit of crowd control. It's just going to put him in Ignition. Looks like they back off.
Actually changed in the last patch. It is called Egg Nivea now. No longer Cryo Phoenix Egg or Nivea. Like the little touches we can go in there. And this is becoming a disaster, Riv.
As well, freely going in, taking the red buffs there and initiating fights whenever whatever they want. 9-2 here. The kills don't look that demanding, but that gold lead. 7,000 gold at 15 minutes, 3-1 on turrets. In
substantial disadvantage for Marn. I wonder if they're going to be able to come back. I mean, Claky D did just finish his Lizard Elder Spirit Stone upgrade, which is actually pretty important. That item is extremely efficient for him. But as an 0-5 Vi, I don't know if he's going to be able to get himself involved. Especially, I think, even if he gets the ultimate onto I'm a Cutie Pie, I think I'm a Cutie Pie is going to kind of just kill him in about a half a second with that red elixir if he decides to pop it. This is a commanding position for Dignitas. I wonder how quick they're going to try to push their edge. They know they have dragon timings. They've already killed the first 3 outside turrets. You know, the next move might just be continual harassment of the jungle, or they could go for more objectives.
It looks like Mega Zero is having a little bit of trouble overall. He actually just bought his Giants belt, but he's quite far behind where Singe is at right now in terms of items. And he's one of the tankiest guys coming in for their team in these fights. And they're going straight for Kog'Maw. Heartbeat is accessible to them right now, and that's what they need to stop.
He hasn't been able to get involved.
Right.
You're absolutely right about that. The dive shutdown that he got earlier was trouble, and Patoy looking to dive onto Claky D. Look at the damage!
Going strong onto that. Still has the ultimate to throw down. They have such good engagement potential.
I'm a Cutie Pie really just crushing, and that's the worst thing if you only have the kind of dive buddy composition that Marn has, is an extremely fed 80 carry that almost negates your dive, makes you worried about going in because he's going to be able to take both of you out. All the while, Kiwi Kid is keeping the pressure on the other lane. And
they're even buying pressure. Cutie Pie goes for that personal build of the static shiv. They already have a crap load of split push from Singe, wave clear from Kale, but they're still going to go for more push. They want to keep every lane in the face of Marn right now.
Kiwi Kid just flipping up Mega Zero. Skara pushing up mid. Solo pushing with the static shiv in the bottom lane from I'm a Cutie Pie, and that is a lot of power. Kiwi Kid did burn his ult. I'm thinking Claky D might look to turn a kill on Kiwi Kid, but they realize he's the 0-2 Singe. He's actually not worth that much right now. There's not many good plays for Marn to make right at this moment.
They make the ping, and look at what he's doing. He's playing that old role of hotshot, just being a nuisance in the top lane, allowing his team to grab the objectives up, no contest.
Well, Hotshot did the feed strategy where you become worthless and then
pull
in. That came out wrong. You become worth not much gold, and you still apply pressure to the map. And that's kind of what Kiwi Kid is doing right here, not quite to the same extent. The whole team of Dignitas right now is actually playing extremely cohesively.
Cutie Pie on the run. Good thing he had that movement steroid, or he would have found himself dead and giving away a lot of gold. Props to him, 9-0 coming into this game. Also the highest farm in the game by a good 30 CS out of anybody there. He has kept himself on the map, and those are the kind of results you're going to get. A very fed Cutie Pie. He got himself a triple kill and 2 double kills to really rack up that score, and his team is protecting him very well in these fights.
It's a good day to be a Cutie Pie.
Aww.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah? Adorable.
Marn, by the way, has purple shirts
pink.
Specifically for
pinkish purple glitter.
Pinkish purple.
Well, they love the glitter,
Day.
so you can just assume that's going to be on there, and then you put in some exotic color. You're good to go.
Yeah, they got rid of the glitter shirts because once they washed them, half of the glitter fell off. So they needed to get new Valentine's Day shirts. Unfortunately for them, they're not doing well this game.
No, they aren't. The shirts, however, a great tribute to Valentine's Day. You can see Mega Zero's on it right there, the little top curd. Zerk going down. Crumbs finding the bottom lane. They finally start to take down that second tier of turrets. The first one getting a little bit of damage down. They're trying to get some living artillery shots out to figure out what Dignitas is doing. Marn just wants a look at what's going on right now. They've got to find a place to crawl back here.
They're kind of hoping that Dignitas just stupidly dives into an Anivia, but with the way Dignitas is split pushing, even if they make a mistake, the one kill wouldn't be enough to create an advantage of any kind for Marn. There's no answer right now for I'm a Cutie Pie and Crumbs pushing up that bottom lane. They're going to start getting turret damage already. They're trying to kill Kiwi Kid with 2, but I don't even know if they're going to be able to close on him.
Kiwi Kid does not have his ulti, or he has thrown it on just now as he makes himself away, throws on a Summoner Ghost, and he does get out. Like you said, Jam, they just can't take him down.
Burned an ultimate for an ultimate and an extra man. And more farming for Dignitas. That was another slight win for Dig. And look at the damage I'm a Cutie Pie is putting down onto Echo. Forces the flash. Just misses with the ult.
Oh, good dodge by Echo there. Seeing it come in, they try to go back onto this one. Claky D actually goes in with Assault and Battery here. Good damage to Cutie Pie. He could find himself going down the first time, but again his team is there to save him. Beautiful engagement again. Patoy coming up with a big save.
That's the fear when you have a 9-0 AD carry against an 0-6 Vi. Sure, she is amazing at getting to a target. She can get to absolutely anything she wants. But when there's that big of a power disparity, you just lose the ability to play the game, because anytime you try to pull off the successful play, which is what Clicky D wants to do, he wants to get onto I'm a Cutie Pie. He just doesn't have the ability to get that with his items.
And this gets scary, Jat. Kiwi Kid isn't even in these fights yet, and it's just going so wrong for Marn.
And now Kiwi Kid's actually gotten the items. Despite being shut down in the 1v2, because they've been pressuring everyone on Marn so much, he has higher farm than everyone on Marn right now as the 1v2 0-2 Central.
Looks like he might finally join his team as they start to close in here. They have wards, the vision giving them such an upper hand. Kiwi Kid comes in to help finish it off. They flip him back into the den of the Lizard, and it looks like they're going to have some good damage here. Who do they want to focus, though? Actually, Mega Zero has to leave him as he knows he's going down.
It was just bailout time at that point. You are not going into a jungle fight against a team that's 10,000 gold ahead of you.
Yep.
Crumbs picked up the Oracles. They're tired of this game. They want to get this over with. They are so far ahead. They're throwing the Oracles into the pit. They have a few approach wards. Clicky's going to want to try a Miracle Steal. He had a really good one in the LCS, but this is asking a lot of Marn to try to come back here. They're probably walking into a trap.
There's the ward going down. They actually just stop Baron. They completely obliterate Claky D, making it impossible for them to steal it away. If they get it, it's going to be a miracle.
Yeah, I'm a Cutie Pie and Dignitas still just punching that Baron. Marn says, yeah, that was a trap. 4 of them decided to kill us on Baron. We're going to have to give this one up. And it looks like the 22 merit Baron goes to Dignitas.
So Dignitas with the first dragon, the second dragon, and the first Baron of the game as well. 13-2, 36,600 gold, just about 25,000 gold. A very big lead here for Dignitas. They could really make a few mistakes and still be all right on this one. They have the Baron Jat, a final push, most likely to come soon if Marn can't keep enough up in the next fight.
And right from the very start of this, Dignitas has really been on the ball. They had the initial ward spot to catch out Claky D. When they killed him, they realized all their lanes were pushable, so they really started to farm up. Once they pushed the lanes out, they realized they could take the first dragon, which gave them the early timers, and it's just been one play after another of Dignitas actually executing really, really well. So that regrouping they've kind of done since week 1 has looked so good. I'm really thinking they're 2-2 here.
Looks like they are much on their way to do so on this fantastic Valentine's Day. Second week of LCS. What are the chances to fall in B-Day? Turret going down in mid here. 1 in 7. You are correct, and that's why we have you, friend.
Yeah, it takes an important mind to get that kind of math through.
For sure, and
masses.
I believe it because you're Jat.
There's probably a chance that that's actually wrong. We'll see.
24 minutes as we come up to that in this game. And not looking good for Marn. Mega Zero could not get to that fight fruition that he would usually be for his team, and that's the last card that these guys pull out when they're in trouble. They look to Mega Zero, but he can't do it for his team right now. He's still just trying to farm. Obviously, Kiwi Kid giving him hell here in the top lane, but he's still about 20 CS, 30 CS almost below Kiwi Kid, and all they've been doing is farming for the past 5-6 minutes.
And when we were talking to Claky D during the qualifiers, we were kind of wondering why they go with such aggressive super dive team compositions. And he was saying it's because their team actually doesn't have the full synergy yet, and they're easier to execute if everyone just goes in. This is a more traditional standard comp for Marn, and they haven't executed it quite as well. They're losing this inhibitor fast, and they might look to force something, but I do not think they can win a fight.
Good separation there from Echo, trying to hold him off again. Patoy goes in on Atomic. Atomic forced to use his ult defensively on himself. Kiwi Kid taking damage, a pretty early intervention there. And it looks like Dignitas knows they don't have what it takes to keep going. The lane's already pushed.
It's time to cycle the inhibitors here for Dignitas. They know Marn is quite low. Comes flashing in.
Atomic getting caught out once again, this time without Wild Growth. And it looks like they take this down. The inhibitor to follow here, Jat. 25 minutes, and the base is not looking good for Marn.
Looks like it's going to be a very impressive victory for Dignitas. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to finish off this push. If they can get some kills, they'll be able to. And there goes Patoy.
Patoy once again with the initiation, trying to cleanse it off. Heartbeat runs for the fountain. Echo is there to try to hold off the team, but he gets stunned up, and it's a last-ditch effort by Mega Zero doing what he can after throwing his ult on. Forced to the tower. Kiwi Kid falls to the fountain laser, and the Nexus turrets are in the eyes of Dignitas.
There's still 3 members of Marn that are just up right now, but I'm pretty sure they know this is over. Maybe they'll try for Good Spirits to hold this off, but this looks like a very quick 25-minute Dignitas win.
They couldn't get in. Beautiful job in every lane by Dignitas, really solidifying this one early. MegaZero going out once more. The Nexus at half health. Dignitas trying to clean up the last few kills here to pad the stats before the Nexus goes down. And it looks like they're going to take their time.
He decided to end that one. Brilliant stats across the board. Patoy's KDA improved a whole lot because he didn't die. He's now 2-0-11, and that's got to feel pretty good for Dig. A lot of people were doubting them coming into this, and they really came out strong.
Well, for any KDA to go up, it's going to be Cutie Pie.